Welcome everyone to today's explainer. Have you ever wondered what it actually takes to go from literally zero in your bank account to total, absolute financial freedom? Well, the creator of the source material we're breaking down today pulled off exactly that. It took them 9 years, but here's the really incredible part. Looking back, they realized that if they had just followed a very specific set of rules from day one, they could have hit financial independence in just 4 years. 4. So today, we're taking those 9 rules and distilling them into a structured, highly focused roadmap to help you shortcut that entire journey. Get ready, because we are about to completely rewire how you think about money.
Okay, let's just quickly run through our agenda for this roadmap. We've got 6 steps. 1. The financial freedom number. 2. Protect your wealth gap. 3. Build a bulletproof foundation. 4. Drop the dead weight. 5. You are the investment. And 6. Embrace the imbalance. This is all about ditching that get-rich-quick fantasy and replacing it with a concrete blueprint for building actual wealth. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The financial freedom number. Look, we have to start right at the top by defining exactly what we're aiming for here, because saying you want a lot of money isn't a goal, it's just a wish.
I want you to take a second and actually imagine this. Imagine a life where you wake up tomorrow and you just don't have to work. Not because it's Saturday, but because your money is out there making money for you, and that entirely covers your lifestyle. I challenge you to define the concrete exact dollar amount where that reality kicks in. What's that number for you?
Now, the math to find that answer is actually mind-blowing. There was this famous study by 3 professors at Trinity University. They analyzed 70 years of market data. We're talking crashes, recessions, the worst of the worst, and they found a magic multiplier: 25. You just take your yearly expenses and multiply them by 25. That's the exact target where your investments outgrow your spending forever. So if you spend 40 grand a year, boom, your number is 1 million. Spend 30 grand, it's 750,000. It gives you a crystal clear target.
And breaking down the big 3 average expenses really shows you where to cut to hit that number way faster. Because of that 25x multiplier, every single dollar you cut from your yearly spending literally shrinks your finish line by $25. $25. So look, stop stressing over your $5 morning coffee or canceling Netflix. Instead, ruthlessly reduce housing, transportation, and food. Those 3 things eat up 70% of your spending. Move to a cheaper place, ditch the flashy car, cook at home. One big cut there beats 100 tiny ones and massively accelerates your path to freedom.
All right, Section 2, protect your wealth gap. Moving into this phase, we need to totally redefine what it actually means to be wealthy versus just looking rich on the outside. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that income does not equal wealth. Take Dave and James, for example. Dave makes 10 grand a month, but he spends every last penny of it. He looks incredibly rich, but he's totally stuck on a treadmill. Then you have James. James only makes 3 grand a month, spends 2 and saves 1. To his neighbors, James probably looks broke, but James is getting closer to financial freedom every single month. It just proves that the gap between what you earn and what you spend, that's where wealth actually lives.
You have to guard that gap with your life against lifestyle inflation. You know how it is. People get a $500 raise and instantly go out and rent an apartment that costs $500 more. If you do that, your wealth gap didn't change at all. Actually, scratch that. It got worse because you basically just got a raise for your landlord and pushed your own financial freedom number further away. Protect the gap. That's the whole game.
Section 3. Build a bulletproof foundation. Before you get all fired up and invest a single dime toward that big freedom number, you have to protect yourself from life inevitably punching you in the face. Because if you skip this, an emergency will hit and you'll be right back at zero. So follow these exact steps. Step 1, save $1,000 fast. That stops small emergencies, like a blown tire or a broken phone, from turning into credit card debt. Step 2, get a guaranteed return by killing high-interest loans. Look, if you're paying 15% on a loan, paying it off is a guaranteed 15% return. No stock market is going to promise you that. And step 3, build a 3 to 6 month fund. But don't just think of it as an emergency fund. It's an opportunity fund. When a massive opportunity knocks, you actually have the breathing room to say hell yes and take the leap. Section 4. Drop the dead weight. Now that your foundation is poured, we've got to tackle the psychological traps and old anchors that are just dragging you backward.
You might look around and realize, wow, I have a really expensive car, or a pricey lease that you committed to way before you even understood financial freedom. You have to be willing to sell the car, break the lease. People get so trapped by the sunk cost fallacy, holding on to things just because they already dumped money into them. But the past is the past. Ask yourself this: knowing what I know now, would I buy this today? If the answer is no, drop the dead weight, no matter how much it stings in the moment.
This perfectly captures a brilliant concept called inversion from the legendary investor Charlie Munger. Instead of constantly asking, how do I succeed, you first figure out exactly how to fail. And then you just avoid doing those stupid things. Avoiding financial stupidity almost always beats chasing financial brilliance.
So, here is your anti-checklist. If you want to absolutely guarantee that you stay broke forever, do these 3 things. Upgrade your car the second you get a raise, tell yourself you'll start saving next month for the next 10 years, and buy expensive stuff to impress people you don't even like. If you simply invert that, meaning you just actively avoid those toxic behaviors, you are automatically miles ahead of the pack.
Section 5. You are the investment. All right, we are going to bust a huge myth right now about investing and diversification, especially when you're starting out at absolute zero. Let's look at the math here, because it's honestly kind of mind-blowing. When you're completely broke, spending hours agonizing over whether your $1,000 should go into stocks, real estate, or crypto is a huge waste of your only real asset, your time. Even if you get a phenomenal 20% stock return on $1,000, that's only $200 for the entire year. But if you invest that $1,000 into yourself, buying a certification, taking a course, learning a high-income skill, that could easily yield an extra $1,000 a month. That's not a 20% return, that's a staggering 1,200% return. When you are broke, you are the asset.
And along those same lines, stop trying to be average at 3 different side hustles at the same time. You literally cannot master freelancing, e-commerce, and day trading all at once. You just end up making a tiny bit of money across the board and completely burning yourself out. The secret? Pick one thing. Focus obsessively on it until you get scary good at it and make real money. You only diversify later to protect the wealth you've already built.
Which brings us to our final step, Section 6, Embrace the Imbalance. We really need to address the hard, unfiltered truth about what it actually takes to make this roadmap a reality.
The source material makes this painfully clear. Work-life balance is a lie sold to keep you comfortable. Think about it. Everything truly worthwhile in life, passing a massive exam, getting into incredible shape, or building wealth from absolute zero, is created because of imbalance. It requires massive imbalance and a work-work mindset right now. It boils down to this. You can have a very hard, incredibly imbalanced 4 years right now, or you can have a hard, stressful 40 years later, working a job you can't stand.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. You now have the exact mathematical blueprint. You know how to find your freedom number, protect your gap, build a bulletproof foundation, drop the dead weight, and invest in yourself. But honestly, none of it matters without execution. So the only question left is this: what are you willing to sacrifice today to pay the temporary price for permanent financial independence? Think about it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.